Hi everyone, it's Snoopy again. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and hit the like button. And if you're on Facebook, give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to get over 1,000 subscribers, so if you would share this and tell people about this show, I would appreciate it. And if you want to donate to the Flame of Hope, you can scan the QR code to get to my PayPal, or you can go to www.theflameofhope.co. Donations help cover the costs of production, as well as new and updated equipment. This is my first official show after doing 2 pilot shows. And I decided to name my show The Flame of Hope Show after my business The Flame of Hope. It will have things to bring hope into people's lives. Now, everything I do, such as my website, music editing and mixing, writing content for this show, as well as a long list of other things, I do myself. No one coaches me or helps me. Now, sometimes a friend of mine, Blake Roberts, will program a song and I'll mix it. He's blind, and I don't understand how he programs songs, let alone know where the cursor is, but you will be hearing one of the songs that we did together. It was written by Virginia Jenna Ross Shank. Sometimes she goes by Virginia Shank, sometimes Jenna Ross, Jenna Shank, you get the idea. Whatever her name is, she's a fabulous songwriter. So stay tuned. When parents are expecting a child and learn the baby might be born with a disability, what do you do? If the doctor says the baby will be brain dead or very retarded, do you trust him? Unfortunately, this is said about many babies, and the parents think the doctor knows what he's talking about, so they just follow his advice, even if he recommends an abortion. I'm 58 years old, and now that you see me as an adult and know the various things I can do, what if I said I too was thought to be brain dead? I'm not alone. I know many disabled people across America, most with cerebral palsy, and we share the same story. Most of us are very successful in society. But doctors don't follow babies as they get older. So, nothing changes with the opinions of the medical field. I believe back in the 1950s, people like me were listed as having a terminal disease so that home care could be provided. Nowadays, we know that disabilities such as cerebral palsy are just medical conditions. But the medical field still refers to them as diseases. And with today's advances in technology, we can live on our own and hold down jobs. Yet the medical field, at least in Cleveland, Ohio, doesn't even know wheelchairs can go on a regular city bus. It's as if the ADA doesn't exist. And to get needed services, you have to purposely score low on an IQ test. I'd love to know what being smart has to do with personal care. As far as I know, Ohio has somewhat backed off on that. But I believe other states still require a person to have a low IQ score in order to receive services. So, let's say a baby is born, but might not make it. Regardless of whether the family knows God, if they want the baby, they will pray and pray and pray. They make all kinds of promises to God if He will only save their baby. It makes me think of a candy bar that's stuck in a vending machine. People will do anything to try to get their candy out. They hit the machine, kick it, beg for the candy to drop, and it's actually funny to watch. And when they do get the candy, they just walk away. Well, that's exactly how people treat God. In any kind of crisis, they call on God. God answers to demonstrate who He is. But when the crisis passes, many of us don't even thank Him. So being God created life and has a plan for each of us, why wouldn't we want a relationship with Him? And if God saves your baby, wouldn't you want to know God's plans for that baby? God's plans are always bigger than the plans we have for ourselves. Now, what if one or both parents don't want the baby? It happens. It happens because there are no expectations for that child. I wanna share a clip of the TV show, Touched by an Angel. In the episode I'm sharing, the woman is pregnant and her baby will be born with Down syndrome. She has just been shot and needs to go to the hospital. Chris Burke played the part of Taylor, a fast-thinking person who saves her life by propping her feet up. And I think I'll pick up the episode from that point.
Hold on. Hold on. Just lie back down. Everything's gonna be okay.
How did I get here?
Yes, a woman has been shot.
Keep it flat. Get away from me. Put your feet up. It's the best thing. Just leave us alone.
Bill.
It's all right.
Bill, I can't feel the baby.
No, just hold on, honey. Just hold on. Everything's gonna be okay. The ambulance is coming. The ambulance is coming.
Honey, if something happens to me, I want you to keep the baby.
Don't think about that now. Don't think about that, honey.
Bill. It's the best part.
Everything's gonna be fine.
I promise you.
Just hold on, honey. Just hold on. Yeah, we're just gonna be careful. Gunshot up against her head. She's pregnant. How many months? 7. Don't worry about the baby. Just save my wife. Hold her head. Hold her head.
Okay, let's get on the good.
1, 2, 3. Ready? Go. You got the bag. Get the bag. Let's go.
Did you know about any of this?
What are people thinking?
Let's go.
1, 2.
Room 3! Our bus secretary should be here by now.
Right here, we got a pulse?
No.
You need to stay out here, sir. Yes.
It's my wife.
You need an OB down here stat.
Joanne!
Sir, can you give me the full name of your wife?
Joanne and Dear McNabb.
You the husband?
Yes.
Your wife is critical, but if we move fast, we can save the baby.
Oh my God.
No, you did the best thing for her. You got her down and got her feet up. Not a lot of people can think fast in an emergency. How far along is she? How many months?
Dr. Dower, we need you.
We need your permission for an emergency C-section.
What about Joanne?
Dower.
Look, I can't promise you anything, but we will do our best.
She's in good hands. Get out of my way. Oh, God, help me. That's why I'm here.
Neonatals on the way with the isolate.
Your blood pressure's dropping.
You don't want us select me, do you?
No. No, I don't. I'm really sorry, but I don't.
I need more suction.
Doctor?
Good. Okay, I'm giving epinephrine. 1 milligram. More exposure on the left side, please.
You're worried about his disability. But there's something worse than Down syndrome. That's fear.
Don't talk to me about fear.
Why not? It's what angels do.
What's going on here? Are you trying to tell me that you're an angel? God sent me a retarded angel.
No, God sent me. You're afraid you won't be a good father. Afraid your life will be ruined. Aren't you?
Yes. I am. I'm scared. If I sign this, I sign my life away.
You're afraid you won't have enough love.
How can I? How can I have enough love for this little baby?
God created you in love. He created your baby in love. He will give you the love you need. Then your son will give it back to you for the rest of your life.
My son. I don't have a son yet. And I may lose my wife.
What we do in love is never lost.
Floor nursing manager to admitting. First floor nursing manager to admitting, please.
I need more exposure here. Open it up. Very good. A little more. Good.
Flush right in there. Okay, more retraction.
Yeah, starting to jump from the trip.
Bill has signed the consent forms.
It may be too late for all of them.
You're not alone, Joanne. This wasn't the way that you planned things. And it wasn't the way that God planned things either. But He promises you He will be with you every step of the way. And so will I. And so will Bill.
Let's make this incision right now.
Bill loves you very much. And he will love this child. Yes. He will love this wee baby even more than he can possibly imagine right now. He will find that love, and it will fill him up so much that his heart will runneth over. Now you rest, my friend. You let the doctors do their work, and you let God do His.
Nurse Goldstein to orthopedics, please.
They all look so perfect. Look, I don't know if you're up there, God. I hope not, because you're not going to like what I'm going to say. But after that doctor came, you see, if anybody's up there listening, he said that Joanne's in bad shape. And that she may have some damage that can't be fixed in her brain. And I thought, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't take care of this little kid, and Joanne too. Oh, Lord, I don't know what to do. I was so blessed. I'm not a smart guy. Joanne's smart. She went to college, but all I do is know how to sell. I was so blessed when she fell in love with me. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Please don't take her away. Please, oh God, I don't know what to do.
Yes, you do. And you're doing it. It's called praying.
I didn't think anybody was around to hear that.
You'd be surprised who's around and listening. God isn't taking anything away from you. The world takes things away from us. And God restores them, and 1,000 times better, too.
Thanks. But it just doesn't look like that today.
You love that Joanne with all you've got in you, right?
Yes.
Well, that baby is a part of her. And it's a part of you. It's a part of your love for each other. That's why your baby is as perfect as any of these. He's born of love.
I gotta get back.
Let me ask you something. If Joanne did have brain damage, would you leave her?
No, of course not. She's family.
Mm-hmm. And so is that little boy of yours. Maybe you should start praying for Joanne and the baby. Not the baby you want, but the baby you're about to have. Nothing is impossible. You can do all things through Him that strengthens you. Just ask Him.
That's good. And a little bit more. A little bit more. Come on. How's her BP?
100 over 70 and holding.
Good. Come on, little guy. It's time to see the world.
break him. He won't break. He won't break.
Keep him out of
Oh, look at how beautiful you are. How's Joanne?
It's still touch and go.
Joanne is a fighter.
Nothing is impossible, right?
Not for the Creator. Nothing at all.
So beautiful. You have the most wonderful mother. She's smart and beautiful. And I know she wants to be with you. And she loves you very, very much. And so do I.
Yes. Yes.
We're waiting for you to wake up, Joanne. Me and Taylor. Yep, I hope you don't mind. I named our son after our friend Taylor. So he'll grow up proud. And I know he will. And you're gonna get better, honey. One day at a time. We're gonna do this. We are doing this. Aren't we, Taylor? Huh? Yeah. Shh. Daddy's here. I'm here. Yeah.
I wish I'd gotten to hold the wee baby just for a moment.
So do I.
With your track record, Angel baby.
Taylor, I think it's better that you didn't.
I just dropped a few dishes. It could happen to anyone.
Chris Burke had Down syndrome in real life and actually played a guy with Down syndrome on the TV show Life Goes On. I forget where it was, but I was actually his opening act. It was crazy because we had 3 shows in one day. I have a policy. I never, ever do the same concert twice. That day was no different. I did 3 different concerts in that one day. People at the event wondered how I pulled it off. You just do. We are professionals, that's what we do. And I know some of you might be wondering what it's like to work with people like us. They brought that up during the Life Goes On reunion, so let me share that clip.
All right, so back in 1989, ABC's Life Goes On broke ground by telling the story of a family with a son born with Down syndrome, a big groundbreaking series back then. We're about to reunite Broadway legend Patti LuPone and Hallmark Channel darling Kelly Martin with their co-star Chris Burke for the first time. Actually, Kelly has seen Chris for the before this moment, but Patti hasn't. All right, so since the series, actually.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What is it that you guys love most about Chris before we bring him out?
You can start.
Well, I could cry.
Oh my God.
She's a good crier.
No,
it's
maybe.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but I probably will. You know, we had a lot of Down syndrome kids on the set, and they're angels on earth.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you.
And Chris was very, very special because he was put into a situation that he would not normally have been put into ever in his life. You know, responsibility to learn lines, to hit your marks, to work 16 hours a day. And Chris, either I got used to Chris or Chris embraced the responsibility, and I'll never know which one it was.
Right.
But Chris changed tremendously from the very first moment I saw him till we ended the show. And I think it was embracing the responsibility of what he was given to do, and so perhaps we underestimate the ability of Down syndrome children.
We'll have to ask him.
I mean, for me, Chris is he's just a bright, shiny sun. You know, like every time I see him, he makes me happy to be alive, and we got to work with him every day. And he just his joy for life is infectious, and it made me flat out a better person. And to get to know him at such a young age, I mean, I met him when I was 13. All my college essays were about, you know, who inspired you and who changed your life. Chris Burke.
incredible is that?
I wrote about him, so Chris got me into college.
And obviously still impacts you guys so deeply.
I need a cleaner.
Shall we bring him out? Chris, are you somewhere in the house? Come on around that corner.
Come on out.
Hi. Hi, sweetheart.
Thank you.
That is so beautiful. It is a pleasure. I want a hug too.
He's a good hugger. He's a good hugger.
Welcome.
We've got a lot to get caught up on here.
I know.
I need a cleaner.
Definitely.
All right. So, okay. We have tissues around here. Somebody's going to retrieve those.
I need a Kleenex.
Wait, she's already left for another project. She's off doing another project.
Nobody has a Kleenex.
Yeah. Oh, she's bringing back tissues.
Work with me.
Oh, thank you.
I thought you left to do another project.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, Chris.
Chris, let's go back. Do you remember how you got this role?
Actually, I just realized that our show's assistant producer and our curator has to have a nephew with Down syndrome, and that gave me the part.
That gave you the part?
Yes.
Wow.
When did you know you wanted to be an actor, though? When did you decide?
Oh, actually, to get the long story short and be put it this way, I saw a young boy with Down syndrome in a TV series called The Fall Guy, and that shows a creator and the assistant producer, Lou Shaw, who actually have a daughter with Down syndrome, and they thought Jesse Kingsley, when he was a little boy, and he ended up being, you know, in an episode of the Special Olympics episode. That was with him and Bruce Jenner, I think.
And you saw that and
seriously.
you decided you wanted to be...
And that gave me the idea of it.
Didn't you work with someone before Life Goes On? Didn't you do something with Michael Braverman before, and then
Yes,
he wrote it for you?
Yes, it was called Desperate.
So, and then he wrote Life Goes On for
Life
you.
Goes On was written for this guy.
Yeah, for Chris.
Yeah.
For Chris, yeah.
So what do you remember about the first meeting, when you first met these ladies?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I think I saw you on Broadway. I think it was. Of course.
So you were a fan?
Of course. Of course.
This is a real true story.
We met at the read-through,
My parents. No. What happened was I saw Patty when she was doing Anthony Goes.
Anything goes. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. You
Right
know,
before Life Goes On started.
Right. Exactly.
Sure.
Right.
Your Marion and Frank, are his parents
Yes.
brought you to
They
see
just said
it?
they love to you.
Oh, I send my love back to them. Please
will,
give it to them.
definitely,
But they brought
yes.
you to see the show just
Yes,
because it's a funny show.
Exactly.
Great.
Chris, how's it been staying with Kelly? I heard that you're staying with her out here.
How's it been staying
Really?
at my house?
I didn't even know her at all.
Who is this woman next to
But
me?
what happened, though? The water isn't working at my house.
Oh,
the
no.
water main to the house is broken.
Tell them the truth.
Yeah, so
Tell them
Chris
the
calls
truth.
it the money pit. He
Right.
gets to come stay with me at the money,
pit. Oh, great.
It's a very nice house, I promise you. So it's
we
been
just don't have
interesting,
running
right?
water or electricity.
Yeah,
That's
no
fine.
problem.
Right.
I want him to rough it. You know?
All right, so your character, and you had to do this because you were young when you guys met. Becca had to give, had all these horrible names.
Oh, to her brother.
Nicknames. Yeah. How did you do, what were some of them, and how did you feel about saying those?
Well, I remember in the pilot, I had to call you Dribble Lips. Do you remember that?
Oh boy, don't remind me.
Exactly. So, I mean, Becca grew up with this guy. I mean, she was always like, you know, messing with him, and she had to
I'm a
call
lover,
him that.
not a fighter.
No, you're not. You're absolutely right. So, Becca was totally used to doing things like that and calling her brother names. Me, not so much. And I think the thing that was so sweet about Becca is she would, you know, tease him and be, you know, a sister with him, yet defend him fiercely to the rest of the world, and that was what she did for 4 years on the show. Which
But didn't you feel like you had to deliver a line like that?
It was awful. No, yeah, it was like I think one of my first days of work. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't really want to be doing this, but
One of my favorite things I remember, Chris, do you remember when Corky got in with the wrong crowd and then started to look like this? I think we have a picture.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Originally,
wow.
I was one of the lords of the Flatbush.
Oh, the Lords of Flatbush. We're back in New York.
I was like, that must be an East Coast thing.
Look at the hair. You had the jacket,
There,
almost
yeah.
like the Fonz.
Oh, you look great.
Totally like the Fonz.
Henry Winkler. You
That
guys
was-
are like matching.
That's not the bad crowd.
That was
That's
the Fight
pretty
the Power
good.
episode, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Fight the Power.
You're funny in that.
I don't even remember that.
Thank you.
Because my favorite part when you end up going onto somebody else's back and they try to get you off your back.
Oh, I was on their back. I don't remember any of this. By the way, he has the memory, like he can remember anything, and I'm like,
what are you talking about?
What's his name? I don't remember. And Chris is like, tells me his name and his
We
birthday.
will do the show together.
I know, but
do you remember recording the theme song together?
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, I
Did you guys choreograph a dance or anything? Or?
Don't remind me, please.
It was just what you normally do in a recording studio.
For you, I can't even imagine
really?
having to sing next to you.
No, but we went into the studio and they just set it up. They didn't think we were going to dance, so they just set it up the way you would in a recording studio.
And I was in the back, basically mouthing the words because I was next to Patti LuPone. I'm not gonna sing.
No, I don't think
Patti
those
LuPone.
kids knew. I don't think those kids knew Obla Di Obla Da.
I learned it though.
No, they were too young.
And Chris
They
sang,
didn't really
Chris
know
sang
the
out,
words.
Louise.
Yeah.
Chris always sang out though. Chris was right there singing. You hear
Right.
him really well in the song.
How do you feel about the song now?
I love the song.
Care to?
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
You have it?
Would you like to hear it? Yeah, we'd like to hear it too from you. Here we go.
Desmond had a.
Come on, nothing got it.
Oh, I was like waiting for the Beatles to sing. The band.
Come on, Patty.
You don't know it. Desmond says.
Wait a minute.
I
How come we're
like
not
your face and his sister's
Here we go, everybody now.
Obla Di Obla Da, life goes on. La la la, how the life goes on.
Come on, guys. I was never on the show, and I even know the song. Dustman made a barrel in the marketplace. Wally is the singer in the band. Dustman says to Wally, girl, I like your face. And Wally says this, and she takes him by the hand. Oh, bloody, oh, blood, life goes on. Oh, how the life goes on. Oh, bloody, oh, blood, life goes on. Oh, how the life goes on. Dustman takes a trolley to the jeweler store, buys a 20-carat golden ring, takes it back to Wally waiting at the door, and as he gives it to her, she begins to sing. Oh, bloody, oh, blood, life goes on. Oh, how the life goes on. Oh, bloody, oh, blood, life goes on. Oh, how the life goes on. In a couple of years, they have built a home, sweet home. With a couple of kids running in the yard of Dustman and Wally Jones. Happy ever after in the marketplace. Dustman lets the children lead the band. Wally stays at moments of her pretty face, and in the evening she still sings it with the band. Oh, bloody, oh, blood, life goes on. Oh, how the life goes on. Oh, bloody, oh, blood, life goes on. Oh, how the life goes on. In a couple of years, they have built a home, sweet home. With a couple of kids running in the yard of Dustman and Wally Jones. Happy ever after in the marketplace. Dustman lets the children lead the band. Wally stays at moments of her pretty face, and in the evening she still sings it with the band. Oh, bloody, oh, blood, life goes on.
Oh, Lord, how the life goes on. Oh, life goes on. Oh, Lord, how the life goes on.
Getting back to Touched by an Angel, I was so amazed when Chris Burke was not only on the show, but was an angel. It validated that God uses everyone, even if they have a disability. I get depressed sometimes, we all do. And for me, it's never about my disability. I'm totally happy with the way I am, and I don't feel disabled. I get depressed because of how society views and treats me. People stare. It's like they have never seen a wheelchair before or something. I don't know, and they either talk to me as if I have a hard time understanding, or they don't talk to me at all. I feel very alone. I mentioned Jenna Ross at the start of this show. Virginia, Jenna, or whatever she goes by. I met her at a petrol truck stop. She's a singer and a songwriter, and her music just makes you melt. If you hear her live, her music is like gold. However, when she records, her vocals are not loud enough, which is a shame because it ruins the recording. She wrote a song called Maker, which is a powerful song. She wrote it not long after her brother had killed himself. No one likes to talk about suicide, but yet after a person dies, they wish they would have said something. Nowadays people just get told to call 988. Whatever happened to giving someone a hug and actually caring? But there's a line in the song that says, I'm only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone. There are times when I don't feel human, and I think many disabled people will be able to relate. When you have a wheelchair, walker, communication device, hearing aid, or whatever, you start to feel like a robot. People are so impressed by what your equipment can do, but not by what you can do. I don't know how many of you remember the TV show The Bionic Woman, played by Lindsay Wagner. Her character, Jamie Summers, went skydiving, and her parachute didn't open. She almost died, and would have died if surgery wasn't immediately done. But the surgery involved making her bionic. So she woke up being part human and part robot. She wanted to kill herself. It wasn't so much because of her bionics, even though it was a factor. But it was more about how people would no longer see her as a person if they ever found out. That was how I felt, and I think that's how most people feel. So the song Maker just totally touched a spot in me. Then, Jenna said the song was in an episode of Touched by an Angel. When she said that, Chris Burke popped into my head, because he played a disabled angel. So I asked Jenna if I could record the song. She only had guitar chords, and I need the actual sheet music in order to program a song. However, Blake Roberts, who is blind, programs songs by ear. So, Jenna gave me the CD so Blake could program the song. But, upon giving me the CD, she had made what I thought at the time was a request. I didn't know it was a requirement. She wanted me to make my own instrumental track. I can't. I only do vocals, I don't play any instruments. As Blake was programming the song, he couldn't hear all the words. So our mutual friend Kelly Wickham knew the song, and she helped Blake with the words. When they were done, I mixed it. We were all excited with how it came out. But the very day I released it, Jenna sent me a cease and desist order. I was mad. I told her I would pay royalties. I would even pay her to do an instrumental track that I could use. She wouldn't hear of it, and I wouldn't stop using the song. I gave her a list of albums that I was putting the song on, in case she decided to let me pay royalties. This started a 3-year fight. It never went to copyright court because she didn't have the time nor the money to file. Because you only have 3 years to file a copyright claim, I can now legally use the song. It's sad because I still want to pay her royalties. I'm about to live stream the song, and I'm sure I'll hear her squawk. But it's been 11 years, and now you have to allow online payments for a song. Jenna never listed the song that I know of. So I'm still wanting to give her credit for the song. I share this song because even though Touched by an Angel is made up, a disability is not a bad thing. It just means you have an extra purpose in life. But only God knows that purpose. Once you have a relationship with God, you will know your purpose and find rest.
I found rest in the arms of the Maker. I found rest in the arms of the Maker. And I am only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone. It was you, standing right before my eyes, and your cut right through my world of lies. And I am only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone. I found rest in the arms of the Maker. I found rest in the arms of the Maker. Oh, it's real, stronger than what you feel. I was shattered and broken till I found my rest. You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. You're man. You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. Amen.
Let us see whether Elias will come to save him.
You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. Amen.
Jesus, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost.
You're the end of the story, the power and the glory. Amen. And I am only human, made of flesh and bone. When my will is broken, I stand not alone. I stand not alone.
All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
I stand not alone.
Go ye therefore, and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, teaching you to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world.
I stand not alone. 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 I stand not alone.
Do you know you stand not alone? God is waiting for you to call upon Him. Part of why I shared some of the things I go through is because I want you to see how normal my life is. This is what God did for me, for Chris Burke, and He'll do the same for you. And whatever God asks you to do, He will give you what you need to do the job. All a disability does is guide you to whatever it is that God wants you to do. God will walk with you. Della Reese wrote a song called Walk With You, and part of the song was used in the opening of Touched by an Angel. Della was a pastor in real life. I tried to contact her to find out how I could legally record the song. Sadly, she passed away, so I went ahead and did the song in hopes that she'll like it. Anyone can be an angel just by doing a random act of kindness. That could be doing something as simple as giving someone a smile. So I'm gonna close with that song. But before I do, I have decided to try to get on the X Factor. I want to raise expectations worldwide through my music. Oh, I'll be in it to win it. But even if I don't win, motivating the world will be good enough. I might be a one-man act, but so was Jesus. To get on the show, you have to pay for your own travel and hotel. I believe after you make it on the show, they pick up the tab from there. I'm too old for American Idol, so I'm going for the X Factor. So if you wanna help me get there, you can scan the QR code or go to www.theflameofhope.co and donate. I guess the PayPal app is more for actual purchases, but you can put in whatever amount you wanna donate. Help me purchase my ticket to the X Factor and be a part of raising great expectations across America and around the world.
When you walk down your road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I will walk with you. When you walk the night and you feel like you wanna just give up on the mic, I will come and I will walk with you. Walk with you until the sun don't even shine. Walk with you, I'll be there all the time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. See you through. When you walk from this place and you gotta go to meet him, it's time to meet him face to face. Take my hand and I will walk with you. Walk with you till the clouds fade away. I'll walk with you each and every day. Oh yes, I'll walk with you. When nobody cares, I'll be right there by your side. I'm the one who's gonna help you see the light. Just look into my eyes. Please know you're not alone. I'm here by your side. Walk with you, oh yes. Walk with you, I'll be there all the time. Walk with you, I'll be there till the clouds just fade away. Walk with you, I'm gonna walk with you. Till the clouds fade away, I'll tell you I'll walk with you each and every day. Oh yes, I'll walk with you. I'll walk with you. Walk with you. I'm gonna walk with you. Walk with you. I will walk with you. Alright, I'll be there and I'll walk with you. Yes, I will. I'll walk with you.